Hey YouTubians, welcome back to What Took You So Long Garage. On this episode, we're going to pop in a new battery pack into the truck finally. This is 24 kilowatt hours and it should give me a range of just over 80 miles. So let's go over the game plan. When I was originally building this truck, I designed these battery trays to house some batteries on top and some on the bottom. It's what I call the porcupine design. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these trays. I'm going to take this last one out on camera to show you the reverse side of it. But first thing I'm going to do is number them. Although they are different lengths, so like the one up front here is shorter than this one, which is shorter than this one, which is shorter than that one, because the frames on these trucks widen and towards the rear. So they're kind of narrow in the front and they get wider back there. Anyway, I'm going to number these and I'm going to pop the last one out and I'll show you what it looks on both sides. The plan is that I need to take the trays out and at least load in the bottom battery modules, which will hang upside down. And then I can put the trays with those batteries back in the truck and start loading up the top ones. This design sort of lends itself to loading up these modules one by one. And this is the beauty of these modules modules that are modular. And so I don't need a engine hoist or engine crane or a forklift to load up a big battery pack in here. Okay, so this is going to be 1 and 2. And like I said, these are different sizes. But anytime you can take out any type of extra thinkability out of the equation, I suggest you do it. And this right here is number 4. All right, let me see if I can take this out without it getting way tangled. Okay, so here you can see one of the trays, and if I flip it over, it has all thread. These threaded rods are called all thread. I think these are like 1/4 inch maybe. Anyway, I'm going to suspend half of the batteries upside down and then load them in, and then I'll flip this right side up and load up the other 6 on top. So let me start taking these trays out and I'll be back. What? Correct me if I'm wrong, young Padawans, but you haven't wrenched until you've had to make your own tool or modify a tool. Here I had to cut one up just so I can reach in the front here, because these trays are held onto frame rails and I don't want to remove the radiator, so I can't wedge in a long wrench. But you don't care about this, so here we go. Got it. One more on this side. Got it. Okay, and here's our bracket number one, our first bracket. Just want to shoot a video here and point out two things. One, I can't believe how dusty this truck, affectionately called Dusty, gets. But this literally shows you that, oh, of course not on camera, it shows you that it's a daily, okay, that I drive it. So it is dirty. I'm going to clean it up a little. And as I install the pack, I am tempted to do some wire cleanup, but I'm trying to avoid as many extracurriculars as possible. That is bothering me. So let me see if I can do something about it. Oh, hey dudes, don't you be sneaking up on me like that. Well, you guys left me unsupervised, so I decided to do a couple extracurriculars. Just to review, those of you who are into reading are probably following along my build threads, and you know that I've loomed and cleaned up this inverter harness and all of the wires for the accessories like the charger, DC-DC converter, safety box, so that looks nicer, water pump. And then on this side, I tidied up a bit, and even, I'm not sure if you can see down here, but this is the Prius power steering or power assist. I tidied these wires up as well. I know the point of this video is to get this battery pack finally in here, but amongst all of the genius design features of this truck, of yours truly, is that it's really modular, but there is some order of installation. So I think I need to get the inverter in here first. And my bracket, you know, as you build, you really don't think of how many times you're going to take this thing apart, how user-friendly you want to make it, how easily for troubleshooting. You just kind of want to build it. And that's okay. So I did all right in that aspect. And I could put the bracket in here, and then I could wedge the inverter in it, but it's kind of difficult. So I'm going to bring you over to the staging area where we're going to put the inverter in the bracket first. Then I'm going to wrestle it in here and mount the bracket to the frame. So it's a little bit easier if we get the inverter in the bracket first. So let's move over to the staging area, aka the magic carpet. Ugh. Did this Yankee really just climb into the engine bay and he's still complaining about lack of space in his truck? So here we are in the staging facility. I've got my inverter here, I have my custom bracket, and I have a Ziploc baggie that's labeled that should have most of the hardware that it takes to mount the inverter to the bracket and the bracket to the frame. Got some tools here, and you all don't be too proud to bag it and tag it. So let's start wrestling with this thing. And if you see wet spots on my pants or my shirt, the inverter did piss all over me, so that's that. It is liquid cooled. Okay, let's see how hard can this be. Who designed this damn thing? Wait, what? No way. Well, that went right in. All that drama for nothing. Huh. Okay. Well, I am doing it from the back, if you will. I am physically where the cab or the firewall would be. So maybe that's why it went in there a bit easier. Let me see here. These are even going in by hand? What is going on here? Did Jamie design this for me?
Got the inverter mounted in its final resting place.
What is happening? Come on, you little dude. Okay, is this the one that's gonna make me look bad? Lay it down for a second. Oh, geez, it's peeing all over again. Ugh. Great. Well, folks, looks like that was way anticlimactic. I apologize for that. Allow me to tighten these, and hopefully we have something disastrous happen as I attempt to load this into the engine bay. These bolts are going into aluminum, so you don't need no cheater bar on your 1/4-inch ratchet here to tighten them. Just be really, really gentle with these, because you will strip the aluminum threads inside there, okay? So just gentle. I give it about 1/8 of a turn with a ratchet after doing it hand tight with a screwdriver. Okay. And the battery obviously is just here to keep it from tipping over, because I already laid it down and it peed some more coolant on the carpet for me. So thanks a lot. I'm gonna have to rub your nose in it off camera. Okay, I'm gonna try to shove it into the engine bay next. Ugh. Greg, don't do this on camera. Why you gotta do this on camera? You're just gonna embarrass yourself, bro. Ugh, Jesus. Easy. Easy, girl. Do this in your Mini. Okay. Yeah, yes, get hooked on everything. Okay. Almost there. I'm not sure how this is supposed to go now. Almost home, girl. Ugh. Oh, yeah. This is nice. I think these hoses have to go this way. Okay. What else am I missing here? Now there's going to be a coolant hose there. And there's this guy. Did he go all the way this way? Okay. Okay. Whew. And let's see if I can get on this side. Okay. Something to this effect. MG2 over here. Okay. MG1 over here. Maybe we did it. Forget which way the plug goes. I think it goes this way. Okay. I'm gonna run these through here just to help it stay in place because it's not bolted down. Whew! But it's in. Very happy with that. Yay! Thanks for your help, guys. Look at that. Little by little, gentlemen, as you work on your EV conversions or any car projects, just do a little at a time. It all adds up. All right, guys, finally the time has come to load the modules into the truck. And because I don't want to use an engine hoist and build the pack outside of the car on the floor and then hoist it in here all, I don't know what that would be, like 360 pounds of it. I think each one of these modules is about 28 pounds plus all the cabling, call it 30. Anyway, I designed this to be modular and so that I can load them up one module at a time. Now, the way I do this will seem a bit unorthodox to begin with, but as I do it, it will start making sense to you. So basically, the bottom 6 modules will hang upside down, but I will load them right side up, 3 at a time, and then flip that section of the battery trays over, because essentially I have 2 trays in here. Okay, so I'm gonna load up the modules right side up, and then I'll flip 3 over, and you'll see that it will start making sense, hopefully. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Because that is right in my way. Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay, well, that's one. Let me load the other 2. It's hard because the truck is off the ground. I raised it about 8 inches, so I have to step on a step stool here, but I'm sure I will manage. These all threads like to get bent slightly, and it doesn't take much for them to be unhappy. There you go. Okay, come on, you. Where are you hooked up on? Can't see. These are looking decent. Okay, there we go. So this is 1/4 inch all thread. I have some locking washers here, and I have these serrated nuts, and this should hold it just fine. So here we go. Let's give it a try. I hope I have enough washers, locking washers, and enough, of course, of these nuts here. We shall see. I think I should, because the top pack was already mounted with these, so they're just in a different spot, I think. These are fighting me a little bit because I think I cut these. I think they come as 1 foot long, and I needed them to be shorter than that, so I think these are just fighting me a little bit. Come on, you. Okay, I know this worked before. When you cut a bolt, put the nut on there first so that later you can back it out, if you will. There you go. And it's going to sort of fix the threads a little bit for you as you're removing it. So put the nut on first, then cut your all thread or cut your bolt to size. I think I'm gonna use some gentle impact action here. Well, that looks all right. I'll flip it over, see if I can load the top side. It may take some loosening and retightening, but we can live with that. All right, not sure why I'm bringing you along for this ride, but let's see if I can flip this thing over and see if my idea will work in practice. Seems like a good idea in theory. Okay. Let's see, this is 180 pounds. Okay. I just gotta make sure I don't squash anything here. Okay, that's looking all right-ish. I don't know if this caught something. The cables love to get caught on things. Okay, I don't have to scoot it back all the way in yet because I need to load the top. And I need to kind of move it because the part of the top module sits under the inverter a little bit. So let me back this back out. Maybe there. Now I can load the other ones. Whew, let's see if we can do it. All right, here we go. This is the green pack. It's going on top. Let's see if I can load it up here. Nope. I may need to climb in there a bit just so I can see what's going on with those threads. They like to kind of bend out and do crazy stuff. So this is going to take a little fendangling, and I skipped gym today, so it's all good. There you go. Come on. Okay. Shoelaces are getting stuck on the porcupine. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. So my tray, I don't know if you can see, but like if this is the tray, it's kind of doing this. So the inside of these plates, they're not flat, they're kind of in. They're lifting right here. I think I just have to loosen them underneath a bit to kind of get them to flat out. I knew that was happening when I was tightening them. Let's see if we can make a little correction maybe. So I call these ratchet wrenches gimmick tools because they got just so much meat on here. Like this one, it will not reach there, okay? It's got too much meat around it. So they sound good and, on commercials, but I can never use them. All right, I'm gonna dive under the truck and do the other side and see if anything gives. All right, guys, that did it. It dropped. It's not perfectly flat, but I think if I start tightening these studs right here, put nuts on them, it's gonna flatten it out. So I'll probably flatten the top, and then I'll go and I'll do the bottom. So now we just have to keep going. All right, here we go. Loading in the next one. Module number 4. Not sure if I can get it in there. Might be another one, climb in there and do it. Good old exercise. Really can't see it. Ugh. Okay, I think those are in. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my leg was in the way. But you're getting the idea. Okay. do this one. Nope. All right, beautiful. And hopefully they're in the right way. Hopefully. Not sure if I need to worry too much about the top ones. They're not gonna fall off. I need to be more concerned with the ones on the bottom, obviously. They need 2 more 1/4-inch washers. Hopefully I have them somewhere. Why aren't you going on there? Perfect. I think I have to run to the store to get some 1/4-inch washers, or this is gonna bug me. That's weird. Okay, I can see the tray is flattening out, guys, so that's a good sign. This one, I don't want to cross thread that guy. Oh yeah, I'm liking this, guys. Okay, let me get some washers. Sorry about this. Never fails, right, with projects? At least it's not 1 in the morning. I am back and I was able to pick up some 1/4-inch locking washers and some more of these 1/4-inch serrated nuts. So we are all set. And I got them from my favorite hardware store. So they were like 17 cents a piece. So I am happy. Now I'm just going to snug these down. There is a bit of give and wiggability. These are 1/4-inch all threads, and they're in a hole that is metric, that's just quite a bit bigger. And also the bottom of these modules have these plastic tabs, so it's not like I'm bending these modules or twisting them. There is some wiggability in there. Okay, now I'm going to snug up the bottom bolts, or nuts I should say, the ones I've loosened. So let's see if I can do this from here. So I'm just going snug. I'm not going ballistic with these. Obviously they're hanging, but they don't have to be, 60 foot-pounds or anything like that. Okay, I'm gonna dive under the truck and do the other side. It's easier that way. I'm not gonna bring you along, but hang tight. Having tightened the studs on both sides, the top and bottom, I'm gonna slide this half of the battery pack back again, and I'm going to prep the front one, the front half. Again, we're going to do the same thing, load them up upside down, flip them over, yada yada. So here we go. Oh man, can I slide it now? Or is it stuck? It shouldn't be stuck. What is going on here? There's a bracket here that I'm trying to go over. That's what's making it difficult, but there it is. There it is. Okay. I just gotta make sure nothing gets trapped in here. Whew. These bolts are pretty aligned. Okay, maybe I'll use a screwdriver to get those in there. I'm gonna try to see if I can just use a screwdriver Phillips to get the holes aligned. Looks pretty good. Huh. That's interesting. There is no recipe for this. Just gonna figure it out as you go along. How can I do this? Okay, that one's in. Well, why didn't you want to go in the first time? Just get in there. Okay, I got 3 in. 3 out of the 4. This one's being stubborn. I think I mounted the brackets down before putting the modules in last time, so I might just try to screw that one, the last one, in. 3 of the 4 are in, so it's okay. I don't want to hammer it down. Get in there, buddy. There you go. All right. Whew. All 4 are in. Now I need to prep that other tray in here upside downishly. So this is how it's going to go in normally. So what I have to do is flip it over like this and use some wood maybe to wedge it. Let's see if this will work. Right here, is this wide enough? Oh, that is super sketch. Super sketch. But no risk it, no biscuit. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, and then we have to load them up. Here we go. Second verse, same as the first, but a whole lot louder and a whole lot worse. Okay, that really needs to go further back. Perfect. So if this goes further back, will this fall down? Hopefully not. Get out of here, dude. Get it? Come on. Okay. I don't really need this chunk of wood as long as I can get one module on there. Let's keep loading these up. See, this guy's like slid over a little bit too much, so do that. Come What? No way. Okay. One more module. Okay. Okay, come on, guys. So close. Uh-oh. You want to go down there? Yes! Serrated nuts. Let's do this. We're not going to tighten this side super tight because we learned our lesson. All right, we're going to go just gentle on this one. Okay. So now comes the hard part. I got to flip this guy over. On this one, I can't really get in the truck, I don't think. But this is what we've been going to the gym for, folks. We've been training for this. Let me see if I can use a ladder here. Huh. Maybe? What can I do here? Okay. All right. Progress. Get this thing out of there. See if I can slide that over a little bit. Hopefully not drop it. Like that. Oh, dang it. That went exactly where I didn't want it to go. Underneath the stupid radiator. Oh, did we do it? Yay. Whew. Okay. So maybe I can get these brackets bolted down to the frame before loading up the top. Wonder if that's going to be easier. That one's in. Okay, 3 more modules. Let's do this. I like to do the middle one first. Come on, baby. Almost done. Make me look good. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. just can't see in there. It's like way off. Oh, goodness. Okay, really? So if I get those two now, I can't see the front two? What is happening? Okay. Okay. One more. Come on, I should be getting the hang of this by now. Ugh. Okay, good. What? No way. All right. Washers, screwy screws. Let's do it. So locking washers. And then serrated nuts. Insert dirty joke here. Man, I'm so excited to drive this truck again, guys. 2 motors, both motors enabled inside that transmission. Upgrading from 30-mile range to 84. I mean, goodness gracious, I might leave the county. And yeah, my 2013 Nissan Leaf only had 84-mile range out of the factory, and it was just fine for me. You just learn how to live with an EV. You know, just because it has an 84-mile range doesn't mean that's all you get to drive in a day. Like, if you drive into work, you can charge at work for 8 hours. Even if your work is an hour away, you can drive to work, charge for 8 hours, drive home, charge overnight, and there's your 160 in one day. That's just one example. You know, I remember going to lunch or movies or dinner and just charging while I'm doing that. So, should be fine. Although phase 3, the final phase of the project, the ultimate goal is to have at least 100-mile range. So there's going to be yet another upgrade coming. I like doing things in phases, kind of one bit at a time. I might either double the pack from 24 to 48, put the second one in the back, or I might just add one more pack, so for a total of 36 killer whale hours. Come on, I know this was on here before. Don't even joke like that. You're making me look bad. Come back to that, dude. Do I dare? I don't want to strip him. I'm going to try to finesse him a little bit by hand. I don't want it to be the last guy that I strip. I have to pull the entire all thread out. And of course, it's going fine. Is it going fine? It's going fine. Move out of the way, dudes. Oh my goodness. I am so happy, guys. Well, as they say, all the heavy lifting is literally done. Thanks for sticking it out with me in this video. This video took a couple days to tape. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got sidetracked with cleaning up a bunch of wiring, none of which I regret. No one ever complained of spending time cleaning up wiring, and I am so happy. This is really huge. Everything's in here. I think that there's going to be one more video before we drive the truck. In that one, I'm going to wire everything up basically, or obviously, and I'm going to reinstall all the peripherals, my onboard battery charger, the DC-DC converter, the safety box, and the water pump. I'm using a Tesla water pump. It gets relocated. I've had it in that corner by the red box over there, and I didn't like it sitting up that high. So now I'm going to put the water pump below the battery pack, and I also replaced the radiator. This one is narrower. It's still the same height, and I deleted the oil cooler lines that ran to the radiator, even though I think this radiator does have oil cooler lines in it. I think this is out of a Nissan Versa. I'm just not going to run those. Those are optional. We'll see how it goes. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.